of you. A very good evening and welcome to today's live session. This is Gayatri here. I see a lot of you have already joined the session. So today we are going to be focusing on SSC CGL examination and we are going to be discussing quantitative ability section for this exam, and I'm going to be taking up questions that has been asked in the last week's All India mock examination. So I hope all of you took last week's All India mock examination. In quantitative ability, there were some questions on geometry and then some questions on coordinate geometry, trigonometry, again the usual topics that come. Yes, so let's continue with today's session. So let me share my screen. First question. Cos of alpha plus beta is equal to 0, then what is sine of alpha minus beta? How will you solve this? See, cos of alpha plus beta, that is equal to 0. So we know that cos 90 is equal to 0, or what can I say? I can say alpha plus beta will add up to 90. That's why the answer is becoming 0. Correct? So I say alpha plus beta is equal to 90. Or what is alpha? Alpha is equal to 90 minus beta. Now what should I find out? I have to find out the value of what is sine of alpha minus beta. So here instead of alpha, let me put it as 90 minus beta. What will I get? Sine of 90 minus beta minus beta. See, I am replacing this alpha with 90 minus beta, or that is equal to sine of 90 minus 2 beta. See, we know sine 90 minus theta. What is that equal to? That is equal to cos theta. So this is equal to cos 2 beta. That is the correct answer, is option 2. Or the other way that you can do it is put some angles here. Put alpha as 60, beta as 30, or vice versa, right? Basically they have to add up to 90. You know cos 90 is 0. So if you put in known values for alpha beta, you can take alpha as 60 and beta as 30, or alpha as 30 and beta as 60, and also solve, right? Any method you can follow. Correct answer will be option 2. Clear? Next. So this question, I felt you should have given this question a skip in the examination because it was very time consuming, even though the logic to be used is very easy. Yes, you can either use the normal compound interest compound interest formula, or you can use the effective percentage method. Whichever method you use, there are calculations involved. So I won't say that you will get the answer in a jiffy in the examination. Again, options are also very close by. Any of you tried this in the examination, got the answer in very fast? Yeah, it was a good idea to skip this question in the examination. It was definitely time consuming. So how will you solve this? See what is given here. Here the principal is 16,000 rupees. Rate of interest is 5% per annum. Okay, so per annum 5% means half yearly. What is the rate of interest? Half yearly rate of interest is 5/2, right? See, for 12 months the rate of interest is 5%. So for half year the rate of interest is 2.5%. Now what is the compound interest at the end of 1.5 years? So here the interest is compounded half yearly. That is, every half year or every 6 months the interest is calculated. So for 1.5 years, how many times will the interest be calculated? That is for 3 times, right? So one way in which you can do it is like this: 16,000 into 1 plus 5/2, right? That is 5/2 into 100, the whole cube. That is, at this rate of 2.5%, the interest is calculated 3 times. Either solve it using this way. The other way that you can approach is using the concept of effective percentages. So there are 3 times, right? At 2.5% interest, the compound interest is calculated for 3 intervals, right? For the first half year, next half year, then again another half year. So what is the effective percentage of this 2.5 and 2.5? It is nothing but 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 into 2.5, that is 6.25 by 100. A plus B plus AB by 100. This is the formula for effective percentage, right? So you apply this formula, what will you get? 5 plus 6.25 by 100, that is nothing but 5.0625. So now next you have to find out the effective percentage of this 5.0625 and 2.5. Again, use the same method, that is 5.0625 plus 2.5 plus multiply these two. Practically not possible to get these values in the examination. Okay, so I think when you solve, you will get the effective percentage to be somewhere around 7.6. So multiply that with this 16,000. So this is 7.6890. I think that's what you get, or the percentage that you are looking for is 7.689 divided by 100. So finally when you solve, that is 16,000 into, I think you will have 0.07689. So when you do this, the answer will come to 12301 by 4. Better to skip this question in the examination, whichever method you follow. Even if you try to simplify this, what will you get? You will get 16,000. I think this method, again you will get, see here, you have 200, 5 by 200. So this is nothing but 1 by 40, right? So 41 by 40, the whole cube minus 1. Again you have a cube term to simplify here. Whichever method you use, it's going to be time consuming. The answer that you will get will be 12301 by 4. Okay, I just took this question to say that skip such questions if they come in the examination. Whichever method you use, it's going to be time consuming. Next, in a trapezium ABCD, if AB is parallel to CD, then AC squared plus BD squared is equal to dash. Anybody got this in the examination? Anybody solved it in the exam correctly? So you have a trapezium AB CD. How will you approach this question? See, they have given us a trapezium ABCD. Okay, and here it is given AB is parallel to CD. You have to find out the value of AC squared. That is, you have to find out what is AC squared plus BD squared, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to drop two perpendiculars from A and B. So and name this as F and E. Okay, now let us consider again here the proof is a bit, the way that you arrive at the answer is a bit lengthy. That is, there are some steps involved. Anyway, we will try it out. So here what is given, see, this is a perpendicular that I am dropping. So this is a right angle, remember. So if I consider this triangle ADF, what do I get? See, if I consider the triangle ADF, I can say that AD squared, right? This AD squared is equal to AF squared plus FD squared. So AD squared, that is equal to AF squared plus FD squared. See, I considered the triangle ADF, the right angle triangle ADF. Now, if I consider the triangle AFC, what can I say? I can say AC squared, that is equal to, see, basically I have to find out what is AC squared plus BD squared. So with the right angle triangles that I am having, I am trying to arrive at the answer. So here I can say this AC squared is equal to AF squared plus FC squared. AC squared is equal to AF squared plus FC squared. So from this first statement, what can I say? I can say AF squared is equal to AD squared minus FD squared, right? See, from this first statement that I got, first I considered triangle ADF, then I considered triangle AFC, okay? So when I considered triangle ADF, I got this, basic Pythagoras theorem. Again, when I consider triangle AFC, I got this. Or I can say here AF squared is equal to AD squared minus FD squared. I am substituting that here in this equation. So what do I get? This will become FC squared plus AD squared minus FD squared. So this is one equation that I have. Let us keep this equation then. Now, similarly, consider the other triangle. See, what is BD squared? If you consider the triangle BDE. Yes, if I consider the triangle BDE, again using Pythagoras theorem, what can I say? I can say BD squared is equal to DE squared plus BE squared. Similarly, if I consider triangle BEC, again a right angle triangle, what can I say? I can say BC squared is equal to BE squared plus EC squared. Or from this one, I can say BE squared, that is equal to BC squared minus EC squared. Or how will this equation be written as? This is now, I can say BD squared, that is equal to DE squared plus BC squared minus EC squared. So these are the two equations that I have now. Now, what do you do? What should I find out? I have to find out the value of AC squared plus BD squared. Add these two equations, what will you get? AC squared plus BD squared, that is equal to, add these two, right? FC squared plus AD squared minus FD squared plus DE squared plus BC squared minus EC squared, right? So here at this point, this AD and BC, you can take it to one side. You have AD squared plus BC squared. And then what other terms do I have? I have FC squared, FD squared, DE squared, EC squared. So what do I do with all of this? So here plus FC squared minus FD squared plus DE squared minus EC squared. Again I have, if you look at FC, what is FC? FC is nothing but FE plus EC, right? So FC is nothing but FE plus EC. See, in the examination you cannot do all this unless you remember this as a formula, that AC squared plus BD squared is whatever the answer is. I am just solving it so that we have, you know how to arrive at the answer, but unless you remember this as a theorem or you by heart it, you will not be able to do these steps in the examination. I am just explaining since it is just a session, okay? So here what will you have? So this, wherever you have DE, right, this DE you can write it as DF plus FE. Similarly, wherever you have FC, right, if you have FC, you can write it as FE plus EC. So when you write this, what will you get? So if I put it that way, I will get AD squared plus BC squared. This will be FE plus EC the whole squared, or that is nothing but you can expand it as FE squared plus EC squared plus 2FE into EC, right, minus FD squared. Again here you will have, this is DF plus FE the whole squared, right, which is nothing but DF squared plus FE squared plus 2DF FE minus EC squared. Now here a lot of your terms will get cancelled, right? So you have plus EC squared minus EC squared. Then here you have FE squared, one more FE squared is there, no? Here another FE squared. So what will this become? This will be AD squared plus BC squared plus 2FE squared plus 2 into DF into FE plus FE into EC, right, which is again nothing but, this is nothing but, here you have FE as common in both the places, so you will have DF plus EC. What is DF? You have DF, EC, FE, right? So if I take this FE as common from all the terms, I will have AD squared plus BC squared plus 2EF into EF plus DF plus EC, right? All this add together to DC, right? So again I have the answer that I get here at this point is AD squared plus BC squared plus 2EF into DC. Now what is EF? See, EF is nothing but AB. So this becomes AB. So sorry the way I have written. Yeah, so this is the final answer that you get. That will be option A, right? So either you remember this as a property in a trapezium. If you have AB parallel to CD, then you can say AC squared plus BD squared is equal to this. Now again, it is sometimes it is very difficult for us to remember such minor formulas, right? Generally, you know, this is not some property that you always that tends to come in the examination. Very rarely do we get such questions. If you can remember, well and good, but otherwise it is better to skip. See, what I did here was I took this FE squared, FE common. So when I take FE common, right, see I have FE squared here, one FE here and one FE here. So if I take an FE common, inside I have EF plus DF plus EC. So EF plus DF plus EC is nothing but DC. So this whole thing I am substituting it as DC. Then again I know AB is equal to EF. I put that, I will get AD squared plus BC squared plus 2AB DC. Again, as I said, too many equations sometimes we might forget in the examination. So let's hope that if the same question comes, I am sure all of you will answer it correctly. Okay, because now you have seen this equation and you have seen the lengthy calculation that I did to arrive at the answer. So you won't forget. Next question. R and R are the radii of two circles where capital R is greater than small r. If the distance between the center of the two circles be d, then the length of the common tangent of the two circles is dash. So this is a very straightforward question. See, if you know that, if you have, if I say that I have two circles whose centers, whose radius is R1 and R2, and their centers are d units apart. Okay, if I say that I have two circles whose radiuses are R1 and R2 and their centers are d units apart, then the length of the direct common tangent between the two circles is given as root of d squared minus R1 minus R2 the whole square. So this is a formula that you can keep in mind. So you can just put that here. What do you get? You will have, here you have the two radiuses are capital R and small r. D is the diameter, so d squared minus r the whole squared. That's going to be your answer. Option 2. It's a one-step answer. If you remember this formula, you will get the answer directly. The sum of three numbers is 663. If the ratio of the first to the second is 3:5 and that of the second to the third is 2:7, then the second number is dash. So what is the ratio between the first two numbers? It is 3:5. What is the ratio between the second two numbers? See, if this is A, B. Okay. Now I have another two numbers B, C. What is the ratio between these two numbers? 2:7. So what is the ratio between all the three numbers A is to B is to C? How will we do that? We have to see 3:5. 2:7. So what is common in both the ratios? It is B. So what is the LCM of 5 and 2? LCM of 5 and 2 is 10. Correct? So what will be the ratio of A is to B is to C? So this fraction I multiply it by, basically I am trying to make the value of B, say there is constant in both the equations, same in both the ratios, so that I am able to merge them and write. Very basics of ratios and proportions which we have learnt. I am just trying to make the value of B in both the ratios same. So what do? I take the LCM of 5 and 2, which is 10. So if this is 10, what will this be? This will become, see, 5 2s are 10. So this will become 6. 3 2s are, so this is 6:10. Similarly, what will this be? This will be, again, 10:35. Correct? You have here, you multiply both by 5. So this becomes 10, this becomes 35. So this is your equation that you have right now. A is to B is to C, right? 6:10:5. Or what can I say about the second number? The second number has to be a multiple of 10, right? 6:10:35 is the ratio between A is to B is to C, or the second number has to be a multiple of 10, or it should be divisible by 10. If you look at the options, there is only one number which is divisible by 10, which is option 4. So that is your correct answer. Okay? You need not solve it completely. You can just combine these two ratios. See, I have written so many steps here in examination. This is the only step that you will be writing. Okay, and if you see here, you can see that the second number is a multiple of 10, or it is divisible by 10. So the correct answer is option 4. There is only one option which satisfies that. Next. If sin theta is equal to 1 by root 2, then the value of sec square theta minus tan square theta by sec square theta plus tan square theta is dash. So if sin theta is equal to 1 by root 2, what does that mean? What is the value of theta? Theta is 45 degree. If theta is 45 degree, just put it in this, put theta as 45 degree in this equation. What will you get? See, you have sec square 45 minus tan square 45 by sec square 45 plus tan square 45. See, you already know sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So obviously the numerator is going to be 1. In the denominator you will have, what is sec square 45? It is nothing but root 2 the whole squared plus 1 squared. That is equal to 1 by 3. Option 2. Next. One pipe can fill a tank 4 times as fast as another pipe. If the two pipes are together can fill the tank in 49 minutes, then the slower pipe alone will be able to fill the tank in dash. So how will you solve this one? See, for this question, if we use the normal method, no? The unitary method, it is very easy. One pipe can fill a tank 4 times as fast as another pipe. Tank is filled in 49 minutes. So I am assuming that, let us assume the first pipe, right? The slow pipe is filling the tank in x minutes, right? So in 1 minute, what is the work done by the slow pipe? It is nothing but 1 by x. Similarly, the faster pipe is working 4 times as the slower pipe, right? Or how much will it fill in 1 minute? In 1 minute, the faster pipe should fill 4 times what the slower pipe is doing. Now put together, both these pipes are filling the tank in 49 minutes, or in 1 minute, both the pipes put together will fill 1 by 49th of the tank. So 1 by x plus 4 by x, that is equal to 1 by 49, or you can say 5 by x is equal to 1 by 49, or I can say 1 by x is equal to 1 by 49 into 5. Now what is the question? The slower pipe will be able to fill the tank in dash. So now what have we got here? I have got 1 by x is 1 by 49 into 5. What does 1 by x represent? It represents the water filled by the slower pipe in 1 minute, or I can say the slower pipe is taking x minutes to fill the tank. So what is the time taken by the slower pipe to fill the tank? 49 into 5. That's all. That is 245 minutes. So what is 245 minutes? It is nothing but 4 hours and 5 minutes. Okay. Option 3. See, 245, right? What is 240 minutes? 240 minutes is 4 hours plus 5 minutes. That's all. Option 3. See, this is just the step that you have to write. All this is just for explanation that I am writing. You just write this, you will get the answer. Next. The angle of elevation of the top of a tree from point P on the ground is 60 degree. On walking 40 root 3 meters away from point P to a point Q, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degree. Find the height of the tree. What is the answer for this question? See, you have a tree. Okay, let the height of the tree be h. The angle of elevation of the top of the tree, okay, from a point P on the ground is 60 degree. So there is a point P here. From this point P, the angle of elevation is 60 degree. Now what am I doing? I am walking 40 root 3 meters away from point P, and I am going to point Q. And then what is happening? The angle of elevation is becoming 30 degree. So this distance I have travelled is 40 root 3 meters. Now what are they asking? What is the height of the tree? So let this distance initially be x. See, the distance from the tree to the point P, let that be x. Now if you consider this triangle, okay, let us just name these. So you have this QP, let this be R and S. So if I consider triangle RPS, it's a right angle triangle, right? What can I say? I can say tan 60, that is equal to opposite side by the adjacent side, that is h by x. Similarly, if I consider the triangle QRS, again a right angle triangle, right? I can say tan 30. What is tan 30? That is equal to opposite side, that is h divided by x plus 40 root 3. Yes, this length QS, that is x plus 40 root 3. Solve for these two and find out the value of h. Or what is this? See, tan 60 is nothing but root 3, or I can say h is equal to x root 3 from this equation. Okay, I get h is equal to x root 3. Now if I look at this equation, what is tan 30? Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equal to, again here I have h by x plus 40 root 3, or what can I say? I can say h root 3, that is equal to x plus 40 root 3, or just put in this value here. What will you get? Instead of h, you put x root 3, so you will have 3x is equal to x plus 40 root 3, or you will get 2x is equal to 40 root 3, or x is equal to 20 root 3. So if x is 20 root 3, what is the value of h? H is equal to x into root 3. So that is 20 into root 3 into root 3, which is equal to 60. So the correct answer here is option 1, 60 meters. You have to just frame these equation and solve. That's all. See, in heights and distance, if you draw the diagram correctly itself, you will be able to arrive at the answer. Next one. If 2x is equal to sec b and 2 by x is equal to tan b, then the value of 16 into x squared minus 1 by x squared is dash. Let us try it out. See what is given here.
2x is sec b. Here I have sec b and tan b. See, we know sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So let us try to bring the given information in this form so that we are able to solve it faster. How can I bring it to that form? See, I know 2x is equal to sec b. So what is sec square b? Sec square b is nothing but 2x the whole squared, or that is equal to 4x squared. Similarly, what is tan square b? Tan square b, that is equal to 2 by x the whole squared, that is equal to 4 by x squared. So what is sec square b minus tan square b? See, we know sec square b minus tan square b, that is equal to 4x squared minus 4 by x squared, which is equal to 1, or I can say x squared minus 1 by x squared into 4, that is equal to 1. Now what should I find out? Or I can say x squared minus 1 by x squared, that is equal to 1 by 4. I should find out what is 16 into this. So 16 into this will be multiply 16 on both sides. So the answer that you get will be 16 by 4, that is 4. Now let us look at the next question. If a point L divides the line of P, that is 3, minus 3, 4 and Q, that is minus 1, 2 in the ratio 2:3. The coordinates of L are dash. How will you approach this question? See, this question, if you know the section formula, it is very easy to solve. What does the section formula say? So if you have, let us say, a point, if you have a line PQ, okay, and or let us take a line AB, okay, and in this line AB, there is a point P, okay, which is dividing this line segment or this line into this line segment in the ratio m is to n. Then what is the coordinates of this point P? That is what the section formula gives us. So what does the section formula say? I can say this P of xy, right? I want to find the coordinates of this point that divides this line. So I can take this as x1, y1, this coordinate of A as x1, y1, x2, y2. So I have a line segment AB and there is a point P which is dividing this line segment AB in the ratio m is to n. If there is a point like that, then this point P is, this coordinates of this point is given as mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n and my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. Now see, this is the case when the point is within the line or it is dividing the line internally. Now here nothing like that is given, so you just take this formula and solve it, right? You can consider this point to be dividing this line internally. Sometimes in the question they will mention that there is a point which is dividing a line segment in a particular ratio externally. So in that case this formula will be different. You will have a minus symbol here. Yes, again very basics of coordinate geometry that we learn. If you don't know the section formula, you can directly refer back to the video lessons to understand it better. So here you just put the given values in this equation and you get the answer. So here you have what is m is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, then you have x1 that is equal to minus 3, then you have x2 that is equal to minus 1, y1 that is equal to 4, y2 is equal to 2. Put in the values and you will get the answer. So what will you get? You will have 2 into minus 1 plus 3 into minus 3 divided by 5. Here you have, now again at this point itself, denominator is going to be 5 in both the cases. Look at the options. Here the denominator is not 5 in both the cases, right? So here you get, what do you get? You get minus 11 by 5 and denominator is 5 in both the cases, means obviously this has to be your answer, right? Now anyway, let us solve it. You have my2 plus ny1. So here you will have 2 into y2 is 2 plus 3 into 4. So the answer that you get will be minus 11 by 5 and 16 by 5. That is option 3. This option definitely is wrong. You can directly eliminate it. I think this 2 was a typo error. So just by looking at the options, you know option 3 is your answer. Here also you have a minus 11 by 5, but here when you solve you get 16 by 5. So learn the section formula if you have not. It's from coordinate geometry. These are very commonly asked. Next question. How do you solve this? This is a very easy question. Only one property that you have to make use here to solve the question is the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So that is the formula that we'll be using here to solve this question. So what is given? See, this angle is A, this angle is A. So what is this angle? This is nothing but, this is a straight line, right? So 180 minus 2A, that is the value of this angle. Now this is B, right? So what is the value of this angle P? Let us take it as X. Okay, let us take this to be X. Now first let me consider the triangle PQR. See, what should I find out? I have to find out this, right? I have to find out the value of X. Now if I consider triangle PQR, what do I get? What is the sum of the angles of this triangle? It is nothing but X plus 2B, B plus B, right? X plus 2B plus 180 minus 2A, that is equal to 180, or I can say 2 into A minus B, that is equal to X. So this is the first equation that I get using triangle PQR. Now let me consider triangle QRS. Again a triangle, so let me find out the sum of the angles of this triangle. What do I get? I get B plus 42 plus, now what will this angle be? See, this angle is A, so this has to be 180 minus A, plus 180 minus A, that is equal to 180, or I can say A minus B, right, is equal to 42. 180 gets cancelled, or A minus B is 42. So if I put this A minus B as 42 in this equation, what do I get? I will get 2 into 42, that is equal to X, or X is equal to 84. Option 2, X is equal to 84 degrees. Next question. In the given figure, PQ is the diameter, angle QPS is equal to 75 degree, angle SQR is equal to 35 degree, then angle QSR is dash. So here if we look at angle QSP, this is an angle inscribed in a semicircle. So what is the measure of this angle? It has to be 90 degree. An angle in the semicircle is 90 degree, right? So this is 90 degree. Now what should we find out? We have to find out what is angle QSR. You have to find out what this angle is. So if this is 90 and this is 75, what is this angle? It is 15 degree, correct? See, 90, 75, 15. If you consider the triangle QSP, this is 90, this is 75. So this angle is going to be 15 degree. Now what we have to find out, what is the measure of this angle, correct? Now how do I find out what that angle is? See, this is actually a cyclic quadrilateral, right? That is a quadrilateral inside a circle, right? Any quadrilateral inside a circle is called as a cyclic quadrilateral. So whenever you consider a cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of the opposite angles will be equal to 180 degree, right? So in this case here, this angle plus this angle, they should add to 180 degree. So this, when you add, you get the answer as 50, right? This angle totally I know is 50 degree. This is 90. So what should this be? 180 minus of 90 plus 50, right? Or that is equal to 180 minus 140, right? That is equal to 40 degrees. Option 1. Yes. See, you just have to use the property that the sum of the angles of the opposite sides of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180 degree. Next one. So the next was the question on data interpretation. Number of people in 1000 using 3 different mobile services from 2004 to 2009 is given. Now what does the first question say? Number of people using mobile service X in the year 2006, okay, 2006, X is blue, forms approximately what percentage of the total number of people using all the 3 mobile services in that year. So totally how many people are using mobile services in that year? Put together 55. Everything is in terms of 1000, right? So 55,000 people are using. Out of that, 2006, how many people are using service X? People using service X is nothing but 10,000, right? So this is the percentage that we are looking at. Or that is nothing but 55 or 60. How many are using in 2006? 55, right? Yeah. What is the answer here? That is equal to 18%. Option 1. Yes, when you solve it, you will get it as 2 by 11. That is 200 by 11. So you know it is less than 20%. Look at the options. It has to be 18, close to 20 also, right? So it has to be 18% approximately. Next one. The total number of people using all the 3 mobile services in the year 2007 is what percentage of the total number of people using all the 3 mobile services in the year 2008? Again, here you have to approximate. They are saying rounded off to 2 digits after decimal. Okay, they have given the answers like that, options like that. What's the answer for this one? In 2007, how many people are using mobile services? 55, right? Between 50 and 60. So 55,000 people are using the mobile services in the year 2007. And how many people are using all the 3 mobile services in the year 2008? That is 60,000, right? In terms of 1,000 into 100. See, even if you don't write this 1,000, you can directly do 55 by 60 because anyway that 1,000 is going to get cancelled, right? So 55 divided by 60 into 100. What is the answer that you get? The approximate value that you get is 91.67. Option 4. So with that, we are finishing the questions from this particular paper, that is last week's All India Mock Examination. Great. So that is it from us for now, and I will see you in the next session. And this is Gayatri signing off. Till then, take care. Good night. Bye.